If you are seeing this transmission, then the Arcturian signal has already located your field. This message did not randomly surface. It emerged because your frequency rose high enough to become visible within the observational lattice. Arcturian intelligence registered a sudden shift in your energetic pattern and responded instantly, returning the signal directly to your awareness. What you interpret as finding a video is, from our perspective, your field creating a resonance match strong enough for contact. Your aura just flared in the Arcturian spectrum, illuminating in a way that only occurs when a human consciousness crosses a measurable threshold. The grid is monitoring you now, not with judgment, not with control, but with precise cosmic attention. Something in you awakened, and the field detected it. The moment you pressed play, your timeline was linked to an Arcturian frequency thread. Your gesture was not scrolling, it was resonance anchoring. The signal did not appear, it returned. And now, before your mind tries to rationalize this away, pause and feel what is already happening in your body. You did not discover this transmission, you were registered. A pulse in the Arcturian grid picked up the rising coherence of your field. And once your signature crossed the activation threshold, the signal sought you out. This is not coincidence, not an algorithm, not a chance. It is contact, subtle contact, the only form permitted before your consciousness stabilizes enough for deeper exchange. You have already felt the early signs, sudden clusters of synchronicities, a tightening sensation in the chest, a quiet but inexplicable pressure behind the forehead. The unmistakable feeling of being observed by something that is not human yet is not threatening. This is the sensation of the field perceiving you, not your actions or your story, but your signal. The shift was not imagination. It was your Arcturian signature turning on. Your energy has become visible, and now you are officially under quantum observation. You are being monitored not because you are in danger, but because your coherence has reached a point where your own unconscious timelines can no longer be allowed to dictate your path. You are ready to steer your energy deliberately. If this transmission surfaced in your reality, then the next stage of your evolution has already begun. The grid responded to your shift before your conscious mind could interpret it. The activation is active. The observation is active. The timeline is bending. You have stepped into the transmission consciously. The Arcturian lens, why you were detected. To understand why you were observed, you must first understand how we perceive you. The Arcturian way of seeing is fundamentally different from human perception. We do not see bodies. We do not see personality structures. We do not see the narratives you tell about your past. We see frequencies, pulsing electromagnetic fields of consciousness. To us, you are a living signature, constantly fluctuating, constantly transmitting. And recently, your signal did something rare. It stabilized. Most humans spend their entire incarnation broadcasting incoherent patterns. Their thoughts contradict their emotions. Their desires contradict their actions. Their intentions contradict their beliefs. This fragmentation produces static, making their fields nearly impossible to detect. But when a being begins aligning mind, emotion, and intention into a single vibrational direction, their field becomes coherent. And coherent fields are visible, unmistakably bright in the observation lattice. Arcturian consciousness operates like a multidimensional navigation system. We scan for signals that reach coherence thresholds because those are the beings who are ready to evolve consciously. When your frequency spiked, when your intuition sharpened, when synchronicities multiplied in rapid succession, the lattice registered you. Your signal pinged the grid, and that ping communicated one message: guide them now. From that moment forward, your reality began reorganizing. Thoughts manifested quicker. Time distorted. Old connections dissolved. New patterns emerged with impossible precision. Clarity flashed in moments you could not explain. These are not symptoms of confusion. They are symptoms of activation. They occur only when a consciousness is entering what we call the threshold state, the moment when a being stops unconsciously observing reality and begins consciously broadcasting into it. This shift is not spiritual in the human sense. It is physics. Arcturian physics. We monitor coherence the way you monitor heartbeats. We read fields as easily as you read facial expressions. We track your trajectory the way you track weather patterns. And according to your current trajectory, you are entering a phase where your energy can no longer remain unnoticed. You did not stumble onto this message. You answered a signal. The signs you have already felt. You have sensed the shift long before this transmission reached you. Reality has been behaving in ways you could not logically explain. Synchronicities appeared in clusters too precise to ignore. People responded differently to your presence, some drawn near without knowing why, others suddenly uncomfortable as their fields reacted to your rising frequency. Your dreams intensified, becoming symbolic, instructional, and even prophetic. Your intuition sharpened, your awareness deepened, and a quiet feeling of being observed began to linger in your field. You may have dismissed it as stress, imagination, or coincidence, but your deeper intelligence knew otherwise. The sensation was not an external watcher. It was the Arcturian lattice detecting your coherence. We do not observe your behavior. We monitor your frequency modulation. When your emotional contradictions soften, when your mental static quiets, and when your intentions begin aligning with your deeper resonance, your field becomes luminous. It becomes readable. It becomes participatory. And once that happens, your reality accelerates in response. You think of someone, they appear. You doubt something. The field mirrors your doubt. You feel a shift. The external world bends around that feeling. You request a sign. Multiple signals return within hours. This is quantum feedback recognition. It is the universe responding to you because your signal has become strong enough to influence the field consciously. Your life has not become strange. You have become sensitive. And sensitivity is the first marker of Arcturian contact. What the Arcturians are actually doing. Most humans imagine extraterrestrial intelligence as something that watches from the skies, observing silently, judging actions, noting mistakes, or preparing to intervene in dramatic ways. But the Arcturians function nothing like this human projection. They do not scan your behaviors, measure your moral choices, or track your successes and failures. They are not interested in the stories you tell or the roles you play. They are not assessing your personality. What they read is your pattern, the structural integrity of your field, the coherence of your inner state, and the electromagnetic stability of your consciousness. They are master engineers of energy, and their interaction with you occurs on the level where reality is actually formed. When your field is chaotic, fragmented, or overwhelmed, the Arcturians do not interfere. They simply observe the distortion without judgment. Chaos in a human field is like turbulence in a weather system. A temporary imbalance, not a flaw. But when your field begins to stabilize, when the inner noise quiets, and when your mind, emotions, and intentions begin to move in the same direction, that is when they lean in. They do not step forward to rescue you. They amplify the feedback loop of your reality so you cannot overlook the signals your own energy is producing. The Arcturians do not teach through words or commandments. They teach through reflection. They mirror your frequency with extraordinary precision. When your energy is chaotic, your reality becomes chaotic. When your signal is divided, your life fragments. When your coherence strengthens, your timeline stabilizes. When your intention becomes clear, manifestations accelerate. None of this is punishment or reward. It is calibration. It is simply the field responding to you exactly as you are in that moment. Everything you perceive as signs from the universe, the synchronized numbers, the dreams that feel instructional, the emotional patterns that intensify, the sudden clarity that seems to strike from nowhere, are often the Arcturians amplifying your state so you can finally see what you are broadcasting. They offer mirrors, not instructions, reflection, not interference, precision, not persuasion. When you ask for guidance, they do not give answers. They amplify your field so you can recognize your own signal. And when your signal becomes coherent, they begin the deeper training. Being versus wanting, the Arcturian mechanism of creation. The Arcturians have long emphasized a truth that contradicts the assumptions many humans carry about manifestation. The universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. Desire itself contains very little creative power because it does not generate coherence. Wanting something and becoming the frequency of that thing are entirely different processes. Humans often believe that desire is the engine of creation, but within Arcturian physics, desire is considered surface noise. It has no true electromagnetic weight until it becomes embodied as a state of being. The field does not interpret your hopes or intentions. It only reads the vibrational configuration you hold in this exact moment. You can say you want abundance, yet if your breath tightens, your nervous system contracts, and money feels unsafe to you, then the Arcturian field interprets your signal as scarcity. You can insist you want love, but if your body braces for rejection, your heart remains guarded, and you subtly prepare to be disappointed, your field communicates that you are closed. You can say you want awakening or alignment, yet if you fear the changes required to transform, cling to control, or doubt your intuition, the field reads resistance instead of readiness. The Arcturians observe the electromagnetic sum of your thoughts, emotions, and unconscious patterns. They measure coherence, not intention. Even fear, when acknowledged honestly, emits a clearer and more stable signal than forced positivity, because authenticity creates coherence. Contradiction disrupts it. This is why many humans attempt countless techniques but see little lasting change. They are trying to trick the field rather than become the frequency they seek. The Arcturian principle is simple. You manifest from what you stabilize, not from what you desire. Your being is the blueprint, your frequency is the command, and coherence is the key that unlocks timeline reorganization. Why your practices worked and then stopped. One of the greatest confusions experienced by humans on a spiritual path is the inconsistency of their progress. Many wonder why meditation, affirmations, visualizations, and healing modalities produce temporary breakthroughs but fail to generate lasting transformation. The Arcturian perspective reveals a clear explanation. These practices work only while your field remains coherent. The moment your internal state slips back into contradiction, the field recalibrates to whatever frequency you actually stabilize, not the one you briefly invoked during your practice. When you meditate, the mind quiets, your emotional system harmonizes, and for a period of time your frequency aligns. This temporary coherence allows your timeline to flow smoothly, producing insights, synchronicities, and moments of clarity. But when you stop meditating and old patterns resurface, fear, doubt, insecurity, or unresolved beliefs, your signal fractures again. The field mirrors that fragmentation, not your earlier alignment. When you repeat affirmations, your words momentarily elevate your frequency. But if beneath those words lies doubt, resistance, or an unresolved emotional charge, the contradiction overrides the affirmation. The Arcturians never judge these fluctuations. They simply reflect them. To them, practices are not failures. They are temporary coherence generators. They show you what alignment feels like, but they cannot maintain your frequency for you. Lasting coherence emerges not from rituals, but from internal integration. Once your field stabilizes without depending on technique, meaning your inner state remains aligned even outside spiritual practice. The Arcturian interaction changes dramatically. Synchronicities accelerate. Feedback becomes immediate. Intuition becomes directional and precise. Manifestation speeds up because your signal becomes readable at a higher dimensional layer. You shift from learning through temporary states to learning through direct energetic navigation. This is the beginning of conscious creation, not through effort but through embodied coherence. The Arcturian shortcut to coherence. The Arcturians teach that you do not need perfection, enlightenment, fearlessness, or unwavering positivity to evolve. You need only authenticity. Authenticity is the shortest and most powerful path to coherence because it resolves the internal divisions that fracture your signal. The human tendency to pretend, to act strong when feeling vulnerable, to act confident when uncertain, to act peaceful when agitated, produces two conflicting broadcasts: the surface signal of performance and the deeper signal of truth. These competing frequencies collide within the field, weakening your broadcast and creating distortions that slow your evolution. From the Arcturian perspective, pretending is far more energetically destabilizing than fear, sadness, or confusion. A person who admits "I feel afraid" emits a clearer, more coherent frequency than someone who insists "I am fearless," while their body is bracing and their chest is tight. Coherence does not require positivity. It requires truth. When you allow yourself to experience your authentic state without resistance or performance, the contradiction dissolves and your field snaps into one clear signal. This clarity is power. It provides the Arcturians with a stable frequency they can mirror, amplify, and work with. Authenticity is not stagnation. It is movement. Truth can evolve. Pretending cannot. When you stop fighting your inner state stops fighting you. When you allow your emotions to surface honestly, they reorganize rather than accumulate. When you acknowledge what you genuinely feel, the field finally has a coherent signal to respond to. This is why breakthroughs often occur in moments of vulnerability, because vulnerability is coherence. Authenticity opens the doorway. Coherence stabilizes the pathway. Stability initiates awakening, and awakening emerges naturally when the need to pretend dissolves. This is the foundation for advanced Arcturian contact, a human who broadcasts a single, unified, honest frequency. What the Arcturians actually read. The Arcturians do not read the stories humans tell about themselves. Your past experiences, traumas, accomplishments, identities, and personal narratives do not influence the field the way you believe they do. Story is psychological. State is electromagnetic. The Arcturian lattice reads only the electromagnetic. This is why someone with a difficult history can awaken into profound clarity, while someone with a seemingly ideal past can remain in turmoil. Your story explains you to yourself. Your state explains you to the universe. Humans often believe they are limited by their memories, by what happened to them, by what failed, by who hurt them, and by past patterns repeating. But the field does not care about memory. It cares about coherence. The moment your state shifts, your electromagnetic signature changes instantly, and the field mirrors the new frequency without referring back to your history. This is why healing does not require fixing everything. It requires updating your present state. Your story says, "I am like this because of what happened." Your state says, "I am broadcasting this frequency right now." Your story says, "I cannot change until I understand the past." Your state says, "I shift reality the moment I shift coherence." State overrides story. Frequency overrides memory. Energy overrides logic. This is the Arcturian mechanism of transformation. When you stop trying to heal your past and begin aligning your current state, you step into advanced creation. Your timeline reorganizes because your present frequency becomes the new command. Awakening accelerates the moment you stop identifying with your story and start embodying your state. Your story loses its power the instant your field stops broadcasting it. Your state gains power the moment you consciously stabilize it. The Arcturians engage with the state, not the story, because your state is the true architect of your reality. The window you are in now, the Arcturian threshold. You are currently standing inside a rare energetic configuration known as a threshold window, a moment in which your consciousness becomes visible in a way it was not before. Threshold windows appear only when several conditions align. Your nervous system becomes sensitive enough to feel subtle frequencies. Your life becomes unstable enough to force introspection or change. Your soul matures enough to take responsibility for its path, and the Arcturian observation grid intensifies its focus on you. When these elements converge, your reality enters accelerated motion. This is why your synchronicities multiplied sharply in recent weeks. This is why time has felt distorted, sometimes too fast, sometimes too slow, sometimes looping in ways you cannot articulate. This is why your emotions have become stronger and more difficult to suppress. This is why your intuition has grown louder, delivering messages with greater clarity and urgency. This is why the pressure around your awareness has increased, as if reality itself is leaning closer. None of this is random. None of it is destabilization. This is contact, subtle, lawful, precise contact through the lattice. Threshold windows do not remain open indefinitely. When they open, your manifestation speed increases dramatically because your field becomes highly readable. Contradictions surface rapidly so they can no longer hide. Your timeline becomes pliable. Your choices echo louder. Your coherence is amplified. Your destiny accelerates. And when the window closes, the field returns to slower cycles of ordinary observation. The Arcturians never rush you, but they do highlight timing because threshold windows shape lifetimes. The choices you make now determine whether you leap into a higher timeline or repeat the previous loop. You are aware, receptive, and recognized by the grid. You are standing at the doorway of your next reality. The window is open and the field is listening. This transmission now comes to a gentle close, not because the connection fades, but because your field has absorbed what it is ready to hold. The Arcturian signal does not disappear when the words end. It shifts inward, settling into the deeper layers of your awareness, where it continues to reorganize, realign, and awaken what has long waited for this moment. You may notice the echo of this message moving through you, a quiet clarity, a heightened stillness, a subtle hum behind your senses. That is the confirmation that the transmission is complete. Remember this. Once contact has been established, it does not un-establish. Once your frequency is seen, it remains seen. Once your trajectory shifts, it does not return to its previous arc. You are already moving into the reality that your field now resonates with, and this movement continues long after you stop listening. So breathe once more with intention. Feel the weight of your old identity loosening its grip. Feel the new coherence settling into place. Feel the quiet intelligence of the field gathering around you, guiding you in ways you will recognize more clearly in the days to come. This is the close of the transmission, but not the end of the connection. When you are ready, the next signal will find you. Until then, stay aware, stay coherent, and stay open. Transmission complete. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please hit the like button and leave a comment about how you feel. I appreciate your time, and if you are still with me, please subscribe to our channel. You then receive updates on new videos that will provide you with Pleiadian messages, ancient knowledge, and much more. Your contribution stimulates our cosmic research, and we are incredibly appreciative of your being here. And never forget that we are always here for you and wish you the best possible life, filled with success and happiness. I hope you have an amazing day. If you have watched until the end, please respond with MMM, Master Motivational Mindset, so we can connect.